Respected Pro-Chancellor of Sarda University, Sri Y.K. Gupta ji, Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor Khara ji, all the deans, head of departments, members of faculty, research community, the two guests of honor, Dubey ji and Ms. Jain, and respected guardians, parents, and dear students, those who are participating from this hall, and also those who are joining through the digital means, sitting in different halls like this. A very, very good afternoon to all of you. Seems you have not had your lunch. A very, very good afternoon to all of you. Very nice. In fact, I was not like this when I went to IIT Kanpur to join in the first year in 1978. A very, very good afternoon to all of you. A very warm welcome to all of you to the new life you are going to start from now. First, I am grateful to Sarda University to give me this opportunity to talk to you directly. And I am very happy that they have not called this event as a Siksharam. They have called it as a Diksharam. There is a whole lot of difference between Siksharam and Diksharam. When you started Siksharam, you started getting yourself educated, learning various skills. But in a Diksharam, Diksha words come from our Gurukul. Dubey ji was mentioning about Ram, Lakshmana, Bharat, Shatrughan going to Guru Vasisht. So they did not go for Siksha, they went there for Diksha. Diksha is transformation in life. Diksha is beyond intellectual growth. It is your growth of intuition. It's a growth of a spiritualism. It's growth which will make your life successful. Because knowledge can be only helpful for certain things. Knowledge and skills can be helpful for certain things, but this Diksha makes you learn the main intricacies of life, how you can make this successful. So a very warm welcome to you on this Diksharam, a very, very important day of your life. Normally I speak in Hindi. On all forums, public forums, I speak in Hindi. But I talked to Vice Chancellor whether I should speak in Hindi or English. In fact, earlier I have spoken in Hindi only, in this university also. He said for the benefit of those who are international students, some students representing 54 countries, though this community covers some 95 countries, but the young students who have joined in this year, 25-26 academic year, there are 54 countries. And for the benefit of those who are coming from southern India, northeastern India, or maybe some part of the eastern India, I must speak in English. So I have decided to speak in English. I feel constrained. And it is not because I do not like English. English is a means for connecting you with the rest of the world. But I feel it's a personal feeling. I mean, because as was being mentioned by the introducer, on all international forums wherever I have gone, in most places, all official businesses were in the local language. When I go to Japan, they will speak in Japanese. When you go to Russia, they will speak in Russian. When you go to Germany, they will speak in German. It is only in India that most of the business we still do in Hindi, in English, not in Hindi, the national language of Hindi. In fact, I was pleasantly surprised for the first time when I was participating as a joint secretary in a discussion in Russia, that I was speaking in English, it was getting translated in Russian, Other person was speaking English, in Russian, and that was getting translated in English. So for the 3 hours, at that time I was Joint Secretary Foreigner, whatever we were doing, it was 50% efficient. When I went for the lunch, that person was speaking very fluent English. I told him why was he doing this? We could have done much more business than this in those 3 hours. He says, no, all government business has to be in the local language. And that is the case for most other countries. We still have that colonial mindset that mostly we speak in English. Yet for the benefit of everybody, I would like to speak in English, continue there. So thank you. Khara Sahab, I have gone by your advice. So now, I was told that out of some 4,500 plus students who have joined the university this year, in fact, the admission was for 6,000, some more are yet to come. They may be the latecomers, they may be joining after maybe a few days. More than 75% are undergraduates. And for them, this is a new life. Maybe for the postgraduate and for the PhD, they must have spent some time in hostels, away from their parents. But more than 75% of you who are joining undergraduate, most of you, I'm not saying 100% of you, but most of you are going to join a new way of living away from the parental care. When you are living, this was mentioned by your Vice Chancellor, very rightly mentioned by your Vice Chancellor, when you were with your parents, you are being looked after by them for everything, for your food, for your sleep, for your assignments, for your work which you were supposed to do, for your sports, everything. Virtually you are under the full care of your parents. But now you are self-dependent. So my congratulations on becoming Atmanirbhar, becoming self-dependent. Now you have to take decisions for you. What you do, when you do, how you do, it's all going to be your call. So learn to live this new life and make the best out of it. This is the first learning. Because after this, after your graduation, you are going to venture into the new life. And the new life, you are not going to lead your own life, but you are going to lead a particular area. Whichever area you specialize in, whichever area you go in, you are going to become the future leaders. And then you have to become totally Atmanirbhar. And here is the beginning of your Atmanirbharta, the first self-dependence. So be on you, learn to take decisions for yourself, and learn to be the best, to bring the best in you. Because these 4 years, you are going to get that Diksha, you are going to get that ecosystem through which you can make the best of yourself, or maybe you can miss the bus. That's also possible. I wish all of you should become the future leaders for this nation which is transforming so fast. And for that, the very first thing you have to learn how to manage your time. Because the time is the most precious thing. You will realize that by the time you are woken up, the year is over. The next year is over, the 4 years are over. So how to manage the time is the most important responsibility on you. Khara Sahab mentioned that you have to wake up in time. You have to get ready in time. You have to attend your classes, do your job, and also mingle with your friends. You have got such a beautiful environment in which you have got multilingual, multinational, and multi-regional environment. So you can learn about your friend from Tamil Nadu, from Kerala, from Arunachal Pradesh, from Jammu and Kashmir. You can learn from them their life, their culture, their food, their habits. The beautiful country, this is the full of varieties, and also about the rest of the world. People coming from Africa, from Latin America, from Asia, from different parts of the world. You can learn about them. You can take some time out, and for that, you need to manage your time very, very well. You can't become unidirectional. You also need to inculcate self-discipline. You have to discipline yourself. There is nobody, your mummy, papa, your bade bhaiya, bhabhi, maybe your elder sister, they are not here to say that you are not doing something right or you need to take this path. You have to become self-disciplined. Because here is an opportunity, you get the whole lot of, this freedom. With this freedom, someday you will be enticed to, why not have booze today, one sutta today, or maybe some drugs somebody will offer you. Let's start with this. This is only a small beginning. You don't know where it is going to take to. Do you think that is only today? When I entered IIT Kanpur in 1978, we were offered all this. Whether it looks so good to do a sutta, or have a drink, or go for the drugs, go for various other things. Your discipline, your resolve, your commitment, that is going to be the most important. That's going to take shape of your life. What you are going to become after 4 years or 2 years or 3 years, as Khara Sahab said. So that self-discipline is most important. Nobody is going to discipline you, not even your teachers, because they are not going to overseeing you all the time. You may have some relative, you may have some local guardian, but they are not going to discipline you. You have to discipline yourself. The third thing, your own health. Unless you are healthy, you can't do well. Whatever field you may do engineering or medical or humanities or science or architecture or art, fine arts, anything. Unless and until you have a good health, you cannot do well in life. And for having the good health, I think some of the students, I need your attention, please. What I am talking to you is going to be of importance to you. You need to keep your health good. And for that, the first thing is every day, if possible, learn yoga, pranayam, samdhyan. So for your internal health. Do some exercises or sports. I was a regular sports person. I used to play a lot of badminton, tennis, various other sports while I was college till the age of 40. Gupta ji knows I was collector of Agra, and every day morning, 6 o'clock, I was on the ground, playing my tennis, playing badminton, and I got all my officers used to be there. Whether you have to run or you have to walk, all of you have to be there at the stadium. So you need to do something, some exercises to keep a good health. And most important of all, your nutrition is most important. You may be doing exercises, you may be doing your yoga, but if you are not taking care of nutrition, again, you may not have that diksharambha, that your spiritual development, your intuitional development, your cognitive and all these development, that is not possible unless you have a good kind of nutrition. You may have a good food, may look simple, but that food should be a nourishment for your physique, for your mind, and for your spiritual health. So good food is these days we go for some fast food. Yes, sometimes maybe it is okay. But if you are going for a fast food every day, you are young, your body is fit, your organs are fit, maybe they will sustain for the time being. But you don't know. Nowadays you find a lot of health hazards in young people of 30s or 40s. And why is that? Because they have not taken care of the nutrition in the younger age. So this is the time when you have to maintain that kind of a discipline. You have got, I think it was mentioned by Vice Chancellor and also by the Pro-Chancellor, that you have got empty number of opportunities in this university. You are doing one course. Okay, you came and joined for MCA, or you joined your BBA, or you joined your architecture. But is that all? The life requires you to become, knowledge and experience, orientation of various things. So you have got this kind of opportunity in this environment. If you have some time, go beyond your own program. Because you have got a multidisciplinary, and now the new education policy of 2020 that offers you that kind of flexibility. You can learn as a part of your curriculum, you can learn beyond your curriculum. When I was studying in IIT, See, I was doing my BTech in electrical engineering. Not only electrical engineering, but many other courses we used to do. There was something like a pass course. So I get admitted in some course. It is not counted towards my grade. But at the same time, if I get 2 classes out of 4 classes in a week or 3 classes in a week, that's good enough, and rest I do my self-study. Inculcate the habit of reading, more and more reading. If you are reading some good books, good quality books are available in the library, or it is available on the digital media, digital platform, why not? If you are reading, maybe you should target every month I must read at least 2 new books. And that is going to expand your mind, that is going to expand your horizon, that's going to expand your thinking. So, and don't think that I'm saying this is for the civil services examination. No. Anywhere you want to go, whatever field you want to undertake as your future career, more and more exposure you have of these books, more and more exposure you have of these courses, that will entwine with your personality, that will improve your personality, make you do much better. Managing ethics and integrity. That is the most important, most fundamental for human development. Unless and until you inculcate the habit of integrity and ethics, sometimes people say that, what if others do not know? I'm smart enough to do things and nobody will know it. Let me tell you, you start this habit, maybe first time they did not know, second time they did not know, but third time if they know, you will have adverse consequences. And the most important of that is, there is always somebody who is watching you all the time. And who is that? Your own self. The self-conscious will always tell you what you are doing is right or what you are doing is not right. This is ethical, this is non-ethical. In fact, let me share with you the 2 tests which is offered by Shiv Kheda. You must have heard about Shiv Kheda. He is a great motivator. He gives 2 tests for ethics or integrity. One is the Mama test, other is the Baba test. The Mama test is something which you are doing. Imagine that your mother was seeing it. Your mother is the closest person you have for anybody. If your mother was seeing that you doing that, if she will pat your back, you have passed the Mama test. If she will ask you not to do that, you have not passed the Mama test. So please see if your Mama will be happy what you are doing. If you are taking the first sutta, the Mama was very happy, beta go ahead and take the second one, please go ahead. If you are stealing something, maybe from the library, maybe from somebody, if Mama was very happy, go ahead, do it. But if Mama was not happy, please don't do that. That is failing the ethics test. The second test is Baba test. And Baba test is your own child. You don't have a child. But imagine that if you have a child, the child always idolizes his or her parents, mother and father. If the child is very happy to see you doing that, go ahead, please do that. But if the child feels that I'm ashamed of my father, I'm ashamed of my mother, hold yourself. Think again, should I do it? Should I not do it? So your ethics and integrity is very, very important in life. Whether it is, you see, when I had a lot of education in the foreign country. I did my master's MBA from Sydney. I did my, the second master's in public policy from Netherlands. Another program I did in England. There was a short certificate program. I did another one in USA. Plagiarizing was the biggest punishment. If you copy from somebody, somewhere, and you don't give the credit, that's a plagiarization. In the academics, if you are a PhD student, you are a master's student, and writing something, plagiarizing is the worst thing one should think of. And there is the question of ethics. There is the question of integrity. So learn to become a person with the high values and a person with a high integrity. You develop an all-round personality. Don't become dumb to be just fixed to your books and getting 100 out of 100, getting your just the marks maybe 80%, 90% marks. No, I mean, when I graduated from IIT Kanpur, I graduated with CPI of 10.0. 10.0 of 10.0. It was a perfect CPI, topping in my whole department of electrical engineering and topping in the whole batch of the people whom I started my BTech program with of different disciplines. But at the same time, I was also given the gold medal of the best all-rounder. I mean, normally that doesn't happen. Somebody who is good in studies is never an all-rounder. Or somebody who is all-rounder is not good in studies. But I have always learned from my father. My father was not highly educated person. He had only education up to class 7. He was in a simple clerical kind of a job, but extremely high in his values, extremely high in his spiritual values. He always told me to become excellent. Sense of excellence, doing things, whatever you can do, attempt and do your best. So I used to participate in the boys if the boys and girls here are in NCC, I was in NCC, I was in NSS, volunteering myself, doing a lot of things in the community. I was in the games, I was in the sports, I was also participating in the mess affairs, in the institute affairs, various things, student affairs, lot of activities, lot of things I used to participate. I used to come for the inter-colleges competitions. So if you do that, people used to ask, how do you find time? When you do other things, you will find more time because you are focused. You will spend 3 hours on studies, and those 3 hours will be more focused than if you spend 30 hours and you are not doing anything else. So my advice to you would be, do participate. You may find that you are talented in something. Somebody has some talent, somebody has a cultural talent. Gupta Sahab was mentioning that some of the cultural troops, they are getting so high recognition, such high acclaims in different places. So you may have the cultural talent, you may have the sport talent, you may have different kinds of creative talents, and you do not know what will become your future career. You may start with doing your BBA, and you may end up becoming a good journalist or a good politician or good something different. So try to inculcate that is your all-round personality. You must have a goal. Please think in terms of how I should be seen after 5 years. Where should I be seen after 5 years? What about after 10 years? What about after 20 years? Unless and until you envision yourself in the future, you will not have the right kind of path. If you envision yourself that after 10 years, I am going to be here. After 20 years, I am going to be here. And then you take a path. Your path is going to be, you can take mid-course corrections and start doing things which are conducive towards taking you towards that path. You can also change your goal. Like when I was studying in the school, I used to feel that I'll become an astrophysicist because the sky was something which was really charming me. I wanted to do something on the astrophysics, but ultimately landed in IIT because of various things I don't have time to explain to you. And then from IIT, as Gupta Sahab mentioned, even being such a bright student, I landed up in IS, Indian Administrative Service, and put in 40 years of service. I do not know where I am going to next, but definitely doing something which will be worthwhile for me. So all the time, you should focus and keep. The goal may change, but the goal may change to suit your personality, suit your requirement, what you want to do in life. In fact, all these things which I have been telling you, this has been very clearly explained in our Sanskrit text. Kak chesta bako dhyanam. Kak chesta bako dhyanam. Swana nidra tathaivacha. Alpahari grihityagi vidyarthi panchalakshanam. Students, those who are going for Diksha, they have this 5 lakshan unke hone chahiye. Kak chesta. You should be like a dog, like a cow, like a crow. Kak chesta. It's always seeing you from the distance, very, very, it can see anything from the distance. Is a kak, is the kova. Bakodhyanam, you must have seen. Bagula, bagula is the crane. How much focus it is on its prey. SVANidhi, you may be sleeping, yet a small incident will wake you up. Not that you are, sleeping and you have forgot about the rest of the life. Alpahari, that is keeping your health, not eating too much. Keeping your health. Alpahari, Shuddh, nutritious food. And Grihyatyaги, you are away from your house. So you have now forgotten your, you are away from your house for the sake of uplifting yourself in the life. And giving this kind of a background, I would like to, boys and girls, my dear students, I would like to give you some more concepts. One of the most important things which I would like to share with you is how India is today. India has taken a resolve to become Viksit Bharat at 2047. 2047 is another 22 years. 23 years, 22 years. In just 2 decades, India is going to become Viksit Bharat. This was something which came from the Honorable Prime Minister on the 15th August 2022 in his speech from the ramparts of the Red Fort, in his address to the nation. And he came with Panch Pran. I am giving you this task today. What is Panch Pran? You must learn and try to inculcate in yourself. What is Panch Pran? Then Viksit Bharat 2047 is the resolve of the nation. The country is moving with that kind of a commitment that we will be standing at par with countries like US, Germany, Japan, South Korea, Singapore, all these countries in terms of infrastructure, in terms of technology, in terms of social development, in terms of economic development, in terms of world leadership. On various fronts, we are going to be no less than any of these countries. You can see that the way whole thing has changed. The whole scenario is a multiple, all directions, all the sectors, the way they are rejuvenating. The kind of reform, perform and transform happening in the country. It is all possible. And you as young students today in Sharda University are going to make it happen. Because 4 years from now, 5 years from now, 2 years from now, you are going to take that leadership role. You are the torch bearer of the Viksit Bharat 2047. You will make it happen. And not only you will make it happen, you are going to become the beneficiary of all this transformation this country is undergoing. You will be all in your prime age, in the age of 40s and 50s, when the India becomes Viksit Bharat 2047. So you will be benefited by that. Think of it. Today, the Indian economy size is nearly 4 trillion plus. We were fragile 5 in 2014. The 5 countries which were in the worst conditions, that is what India was. And in 11 years, we are among the top 4 countries. Only 3 countries are ahead of us in terms of our GDP. And very soon, in another couple of years, we are going to become 5 trillion plus, and we will be the 3rd largest economy in the world. What is projected is by 2047, our economy is going to be the size of nearly $40 trillion economy. That means today, our per capita income in India is to the order of $2,700 per head. This per capita income is going to become to the tune of nearly $27,000 by 2047. 10 times of what is the per capita income today is going to be there in the next 22 years. Think of the kind of prosperity, think of the kind of business which is going to be there. So you are the one who are going to be the beneficiary, and also the leaders, the torch bearers who are going to make it happen. Take that as your responsibility. In fact, you should have, it was mentioned by, I don't remember whether it was Gupta ji or it was Khara Saab. Somebody mentioned about the dream. Our former President of India, Kalam Saab, used to say that dream is not something which you see while you are asleep. Dream should be something which will not allow you to sleep. So dream of this Viksit Bharat should make you work hard as a student to achieve the best. And after a student, to achieve the best for the country, best for your society, and best for your family, or best for the nation. In fact, I am reminded of the slok from Kathopanishad, which was so dear to our Swami Vivekananda ji. Uttisht Jagrata Prapya Baranna Bodhata. Awake, arise, and stop not till the goal is achieved. That is, it should become, once you decided your goal, that you are going to get this Viksit Bharat 2047. So this is awake, arise, stop not till the goal is reached. In fact, some of you may think that whether can I do it? Because this is a common thing. Everybody fears, can I make it? I have just started. I don't have those skills. I didn't have that kind of a convent education. Let me share with you. I come from a village. I was born in a village, and I had my initial education in the village where there was only one classroom and one veranda. So I used to study beneath the trees. From there we started. And from there the journey has started, and I have reached to the level of Secretary to Government of India almost for 5 years as a Secretary Housing and Urban. Chief Secretary of Uttar Pradesh for 2.5 years. So my father used to say that you can do anything which anybody else can do it. Anything which anybody else can do it, you can do it. Just a question of your focus. In fact, it is very clearly said in an English proverb, man who wins is the man who thinks he can. For the ladies, women who thinks is the women who thinks who can. You need to believe in yourself that I can do it. I can make it happen. Just have the belief. In fact, Prime Minister Pradhan Mantri ji बहुत साफ साफ कहते हैं संकल्प से सिद्धि. Take that resolve, take that sankalp, and the sankalp will, with your perseverance, with your hard work, will convert into the real siddhi, the real goal. So you can do it, you can make it happen. Have the faith in yourself and don't question. Yes, sometimes you feel that, well, the God has not given you that kind of a special potential. Okay, take some other path, because all that path will take to the same thing, ultimately the same place. So you may take a mid-course corrections, but at the same time have the faith in yourself. While doing all this, sometimes people become arrogant. People become audacious. People think that I am the best because I have got this 100 out of 100 and I am the best among everybody. All others are not fit to be in my company. Well, in our system, humility is the hallmark of achievement. When you achieve something, humility should be there. In fact, it has been very well said in our Sanskrit text, Vidya dadati vinayam vinayat yatra patratam patratvat dhanamapanoti dhanat dharma tada sugam. The ultimate goal, the sukh, comes from vinay, comes from humility. So, my dear students, you should have that humility. Whatever you may achieve, keep on achieving. Keep taking steps ahead and keep taking always a higher level of the heights. But at the same time, your basic humility should not go. That should become your inherent nature. I think it was pointed by the Pro-Chancellor that you should think positive. I mean, thinking positive, there is a lot of value in it. You may hear it many times. I have always practiced. I am saying you from my own experience. You may have the worst of the experience. You may have the dreadful experience. You may think that the life is no more. You had a very good example from Dubey ji. I mean, think of it, 7 bullets coming from AK-47 in face of a dreaded terrorist like Ghazi Baba. And the man is here to make a presentation. That is becoming fearless. That is something thinking positive. I am sure Dubey ji did not mention this. He must have been thinking positive. He must be thinking that I have won. I have achieved. I have eliminated the person who had the guts to, who had the audacity to attack on the parliament, which is the temple of the democracy. So he could attack the temple of the democracy and have eliminated him from his life. So that kind of a positive thinking. You may have the worst of the situation, and Dubey ji is one, and I can quote you hundreds of examples from my own personal example. I have faced so many places when you feel that there is no more, no point in doing this civil services or public service. For others I am doing and I am suffering. No, I am suffering for the good of the people. And the suffering really paid well, and I went ahead, went to the next level. So this kind of a positive thinking is very, very important. One more thing I would like to say before I close on this. This is a solution orientation and not the problem approach. The life is full of problems. My dear students, the life is full of problems. There is no end to it. But you should look solution in the problems. When you start looking for the solution, problems will evaporate as if they were never there. But when your focus is on the problem, like say for example, if you are say writing a civil service examination, you will feel that I don't have this, I did not get this, I did not have this. If you start with no, the problem, the solution of getting into the civil services is not going to be there. You have to be brave. You have to think that, well, man who wins is the man who thinks he can. I can do it. My confidence is there. So focus on the solution, what I can do. I have got only, say, two days to do, and I have plenty of things to do. If you start thinking like, can I do it? For the 2 days, you will only think that, can I do it? But somebody who will start, because any success will start with the very first step, that I can do it and I will make it happen. So not even 2 days, you can do it in 24 hours. Once you have that kind of resolve, you can do it in 24 hours. So this is something which I think it is very, very important for you to learn. Now some of the things, I mentioned to you about the country is transforming. Some of the things which I just give you some ideas to think on those lines while you are studying, when you are choosing your courses. This is the time when country is focusing on Atmanirbhar Bharat. If you heard Honorable Prime Minister speak from the ramparts of the Red Fort on 15th August 2025, only a few days back, his focus was Atmanirbhar Bharat, the country becoming self-dependent on everything. We don't need to get things from outside. We need to develop, we need to learn from them, but become self-dependent. And there the concept of make in India and make for the world. We need to make in India that the innovation, incubation, entrepreneurship, that is getting new things. And how can you do that? I think this university offers the opportunities for there is a program called Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Under the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, most of you will be getting opportunity to go to the local area, or through the NSS, through NCC, you go to the local area. Try to get into the life. As a young student, I used to do that. Get into the life of those people. See, how can you solve their problem? How can you solve their problem in sustainable manner? And when you start thinking, maybe there will be, I think in our engineering, our IIT, we used to have one course where you used to learn how to do the brainstorming. Some 10 students together can sit and brainstorm and try to find a solution. Who knows? You will come up with a bright idea, a bright solution, and that can become a good commercial solution. So you start thinking in terms of society. How can I solve the problem of society? When you go back home, try to see things much more closely. Can I do something for the society? Yes, if I can do something for society, why not do it and use my knowledge, what I am doing. Say, for example, if I am doing engineering, I am doing architecture, I am doing planning, I am doing this, that. Can I use this concept for solving the problems of society? When you become a problem solver, you will get hundreds of ideas, and some of the ideas may become a commercial idea. And this is the time when the country is focusing on this innovation, entrepreneurship, and startups. So many startups, the university will offer you such opportunities where you can make any startup and become a solution maker. A lot of you will be thinking in terms of getting the job. In fact, when we were there, when we graduated, at that time, most of us used to seek jobs here and there. But now is the time when I was a chief secretary and I used to go to IIT Kanpur. I used to find that now students are becoming more and more startup oriented. They want to employ people and not to seek employment. Learn those skills. Learn the skills of critical thinking and coming out a solution, become an entrepreneur. In fact, this is also for those who are from the members of faculty, the deans, the head of departments. Let the students learn this trick, how to have the critical thinking, how to have the analytical thinking, how to have the solution orientation, so that they become the job provider and not the job seekers. In fact, I was seeing the kind of students who have got admitted. Some 30% are the engineering students. You know, in India, nearly 15 lakhs students are graduating every year from engineering. And not everybody is job ready. Not everybody is industry ready. Why? They were not properly skilled. So we need to focus. We need to focus on how to get those skills so that you become industry ready. Some of the few of the other things which I would like to add. One is on the volunteering. Here is an opportunity for you to volunteer for various things. When you volunteer yourself for certain responsibilities, maybe you will be able to learn how to manage things. The university will offer you various kinds of things. All these things which the kind of traits which I have shared with you, it's mostly coming from my own experience. In fact, Gandhiji has said, the future depends on what you do today. And that is also there in most of our texts. What you are going to sow today, the kind of seed you are going to sow today with your Diksharam, that is going to give fruit for your future, your career, your life, and what you are going to be after 5 years or 10 years or 20 years or 30 years. But one thing is very, very clear, that you are blessed with joining this college when the country is fully tuned to become Viksit Bharat in the next 2 decades. You are blessed with getting a multinational, multi-regional, multi-linguistic kind of environment. You are blessed to get a kind of a multidisciplinary approach. So, under these circumstances, why not get the best out of it? What is expected of you? What is expected of you as a student? Your parents, let me tell you, the parents who are there, they sacrifice a lot for the children's education. The kind of thing which they do for you, why not do and bring pride to your parents? Why not do something to bring pride to your society? Why not do something to bring pride to your own state, your own country? And that is possible only through your own self-discipline. So all that I have said, I started with Atmanirbhar Vyaktitva, that is, you become a self-dependent. It is all your own responsibility. What you do, how do you shape yourself you can become anything and everything possible. In the realm of possibilities, the realm of possibilities are plenty. It all depends on your own self-discipline, your own goal, what you set for yourself and what you are going to do to yourself. So on this very, very auspicious and very, very important day today being the day of Ganesh Chaturthi, the day of Lord Ganesh, the most intelligent God, the God who is prayed for the first. I mean, any prayer cannot start without praying Lord Ganesha. He is known for so many things. So this auspicious day of Ganesh Chaturthi, on your Diksharam, your own auspicious day in your day, you will remember 27th of August, like Dubey ji was remembering 27th of August for Operation Ghazi. So you will remember 27th of August for your Diksharam, whatever you become. Let me wish you all the very best. Let the divinity be with you. Let the divinity be with you. Let it bless you. Lord Ganesha bless you to become the best. Not only best for yourself, not only best for your family, not only best for your own place, region, whatever it is. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, best for the world. And bring that. Now there is a green energy, inclusivity, all these new concepts which have come, where the world is transforming. India should become a leader in it and take that global leadership position as it used to be in the past. Maybe not much more, just only 1,000 years back. All the very best to all of you, to the parents. Dhanyabad. Shukriya.